Hello, Amelia Hirschfield here. Super excited to talk to you guys today about how you beautiful and amazing INFPs can reduce stress according to your Myers Briggs type. And this is really important because if you can see the signs that you're stressed, because the signs that you as INFPs are stressed are going to be different than INFJs, than INTPs and INTJs and ISTPs, and all the different types can show up as stressed differently. So the voices that they're saying to other people sound differently. The voices that they're saying to themselves, how their mind changes, all of these can be totally different based on your Myers Briggs type. And the interesting thing is as you get better at recognizing these voices, the easier it's going to be to know that, like, hey, I'm stressed right now. Maybe I should do something about it rather than just keep going and then I have a massive blowout. So that's one of the versions of this, because as a business owner, you have yourself to look after, you have your business, you have your livelihood, you have your stability, you have maybe employees, maybe you have investors, maybe you have other ventures going on. And it's really important that you're making good decisions and you're calm and you're like, when you start to get off track a little bit, that you know how to bring yourself back as best you can. I'm not saying you're ever going to be perfect with this. I'm not saying that this is going to be a one-time fix and you're done. It's really a maintenance, but you can get to the point with this that it gets on the back burner. So your subconscious, like, you learn these skills, you get them into your back burner, meaning like your subconscious takes this over and you can keep learning and growing and focusing on other things. Because my goal is to not have you keep doing the same stuff and having to keep think about doing the same stuff. It's like, let's learn skills, put them into your subconscious so they just become automatic. And then you can keep growing and scaling and learning. So that is my goal with all of my material. Like, there's no point to me for you to have to keep doing the same stuff over and over and over again. And I will get off that subject. But so for INFPs, what it can look like is, and just a breakdown of the Myers Briggs personality type. There's 4 functions within every Myers Briggs type, cognitive functions. INFPs lead with introverted feeling. Their second most function that they use is extroverted intuition. Their third most function that they use, so the third that they're most comfortable with, the most practiced with, is introverted sensing. And then the fourth, the one that they spend the least time with, is extroverted thinking. And what can happen when INFPs get stressed is that they're not looking after themselves in certain ways. And maybe they don't know how, maybe they never developed the skills, maybe they weren't taught the skills for whatever reason. They can get themselves into situations that their introverted feeling isn't able to make decisions that are best for them for that reason. So that part of them checks out. So then it goes to their extroverted intuition to try to figure out what's going on. And that can't make decisions because it's an information gatherer. So that part of them checks out. So that really leads them to their third and fourth most used types. The third and fourth most used parts of them, the cognitive functions. So the introverted sensing and the extroverted thinking. And these parts can take over when they're really stressed. So they can start acting in ways that aren't really like them. So, INFPs are usually quite warm and caring people. And when they can get stressed, they can turn quite cold and they can be quite interested in like things that the extroverted thinking are interested in. So their thinking part can essentially take over. So they can be interested in like, what's the plan? Like, what's the plan for getting better? So like that extroverted thinking can be like, I don't know the plan. We need a plan. I don't know what's going on. And it can feel out of control when there's no plan, like with the business, with what's going on right now, with money, with stress, with your time and energy. Maybe you're feeling totally out of control with that. And it can just be really stressed about not having a really clear next few steps or plan in general about the situation. And that can be quite challenging when it's only focused on like, we need a plan to make me feel safe. And then maybe your I laugh because like these situations, people just start to act in ways that aren't their best selves. And it's kind of like, to me, it's to the point, it's kind of funny because people just are doing things that aren't of their best interest. And if I've found that like laughing at myself with these can be quite actually healing. So I'm not laughing at you, I'm laughing with you. But their introverted sensing can take over and start going like look at the things in the past. Plan wasn't made in the past. The situation is going to repeat. So it's gathering information from the past that in times that haven't worked out. And then the extroverted thinking just kind of starts going into like, what's the most effective use of my time here? And just hyper focus on that. So if you see yourself start doing that, it doesn't mean there's something wrong with you. It doesn't mean you're messed up. It doesn't mean that you're a horrible person. It just means that there's something going on with you and you don't have the skills right now to cope with that stress, whatever it is. Maybe it's like feeling like you need to constantly give to other people. Maybe it's doing something that doesn't feel right for you. Or maybe it's putting yourself in a situation that you don't know what feels right for you and you're just stuck there. And it's like, you don't know what is going on next. And then your extroverted thinking pops up and goes like, we're not effective here. We're just sitting here doing nothing. Like, what are we doing? So if you see yourself hearing these voices, like I said, it just can be a sign that you're stressed. And then it's really important, instead of to keep trying to push things along to make things more effective, which your TE is going to want to do naturally, to like try to pause, even though it can feel uncomfortable, and go like, hey, like what's going on right now? How have I got myself into this situation? And what do I need with this? So like maybe you got yourself into this situation by not looking after yourself and continually to give to your clients, to yourself, to your emails. Maybe you're constantly on your emails and you're on social media feeling like you have to respond to things all the time. And maybe you're just burning yourself out and you can't handle that anymore on top of everything else that you're dealing with. So it's like, what's going on? How did I get myself in this situation? And then what do I need right now just to make myself feel a little better? So it's not to fully correct myself. It's to like, what can I do a little bit better just to make me feel a little less stressed right now? And that might not be, as I said, appeasing that extroverted thinking part of you that just wants to go. Maybe it's like, hey, what do I need right now? Maybe I need to like go sleep. What's something that made me feel good as a kid? Maybe I need to go for a walk. Maybe I need to go play. So if you can get better at recognizing these voices, you will stop making bad decisions when you're stressed. And you'll stop making yourself reactive in these situations where you'll be able to go like, okay, there's something going on with me. I'm hearing signs that I'm stressed. And the quicker you are at recognizing this, the better you'll be at not letting that stress derail you. And then you're fucked sitting in a corner going like, I made all these bad decisions. And then you have to come back to normal versus like going a little bit off and then you course correct, and then going a little bit off and then you course correct. And that's how you kind of keep moving forward, which is probably what your extroverted thinking wants to do anyway, but it doesn't know how to get there with how you're doing right now. So I hope that this is helpful. If you want actual help, like more help with this, because I've talked a lot in this video and I can't explain this all in a more granular level, I've got a course that can really help you, but it's only going to help you if you actually do the work. So if you're not going to do the work, don't sign up for the course. If you are ready for like actual change, sign up for the course. It can be really helpful for getting you out of your current situation and recognizing when you're stressed and knowing what to do with it. It breaks it down a lot really well. So I hope that this was helpful. Hang in there when you're stressed, and I'll see you on the next video.